The 2030s brought about a profound societal transformation driven by artificial intelligence and automation. Artificial intelligence-driven healthcare became the norm, enabling rapid and accurate diagnosis, personalized treatment plans, and extending human lifespans by 15 years. However, along with the immense advancements brought on by artificial intelligence, the world also saw the largest loss of jobs in history. Both white-collar and blue-collar workers were laid off due to their jobs being more efficiently performed by artificial intelligence. This phenomenon was named the Great Job Displacement. Concerns over job displacement led to the widespread adoption of universal basic income in many countries, providing financial stability to citizens affected by automation. In 2035, the AI ethics doctrine was established to ensure responsible artificial intelligence development. Military General Douglas Perry.
This technology in the hands of bad actors was certainly our biggest fear and threat to world peace. The AI doctrine of 2035, without a shadow of a doubt, helped prevent a potential global catastrophe.
The elimination of many jobs accelerated the creator economy and led to a creative renaissance across the country, as people no longer needed to worry about completing tedious tasks and were able to focus their talents more on self-expression. In the election of 2036, the United States saw its first woman president elected, Monique Albright. This was the first election after the Electoral College was abolished by Congress in 2033 due to a controversial election result in 2032. Monique's charisma swept the nation by storm. There was also resistance by factions of her party that eventually separated from Congress and sparking the traditionalist movement. Effects of climate change grew increasingly significant throughout the 2030s. However, really became a significant issue in the 2040s. Climate change accelerated with alarming consequences. In 2043, massive wildfires engulfed California, forcing mass evacuations and underscoring the urgency of climate action. The population in the state of California decreased by over 60%, as many areas in the region were virtually uninhabitable. Despite the issues, in the year 2045, a team of Japanese scientists and engineers were able to leverage the power of artificial intelligence to help offset the challenges. In a last-ditch effort to reverse the damage, the team unveiled a new technology named Harmony. Harmony was a culmination of decades of research in machine learning, environmental science, and robotics. Equipped with the ability to analyze vast amounts of environmental data and execute large-scale operations, Harmony began by optimizing renewable energy sources worldwide, drastically reducing the reliance on fossil fuels, and developed innovative methods to capture carbon from the atmosphere, reviving forests and oceans. Harmony's algorithms also helped in predicting and mitigating natural disasters. Renewable energy technologies advanced at breakneck speed, making solar panels an integral part of highways, turning roads into energy-generating assets. Electric vehicles became the dominant mode of transportation, with charging infrastructure sprawling across cities. Endangered species were reintroduced into their natural habitats, and 3D printed reefs, along with AI-assisted coral care, led to the revival of once decimated coral ecosystems. In the year 2048, the United States elected its first former influencer as president. James Stephen Donaldson, otherwise known as Mr. Beast, ran a compelling campaign that captivated audiences nationwide. He believed that what separated humans from robots was our unique creativity and imagination. So with artificial intelligence consuming jobs and millions out of work, he helped push society toward what was deemed as an influencer economy, a new nationwide economy entirely based on individuals being compensated for their unique talents and gifts that they brought to the world and could share with others via the internet. Political science professor Ted Hartwell.
The creative renaissance of the 2030s are what really catapulted James into the front center of politics. AI took everyone's jobs and people were out of work. They turned to social media platforms to express their creativity and earn a living. We saw this trend beginning to take shape in the 2020s, and James, or Mr. Beast, as he was known, back then was really at the forefront of the beginning of that renaissance. The natural transition to politics only made sense after the great job displacement of the 30s.
The space race experienced a resurgence with lunar mining operations commencing in 2052. Clean, sustainable energy sources powered space missions, allowing for the establishment of the first Mars colony. Terra Nova in 2057. The formation of this first colony was a testament to unprecedented international cooperation. The United Earth Space Agency, comprising major spacefaring nations, pooled resources, technology, and expertise. However, this collaboration was not without its tensions. Debates raged over resource allocation, territorial claims on Mars, and the governance model. Eventually, a charter was agreed upon, declaring Terra Nova a shared human settlement under United Earth Space Agency administration. Georgetown sociologist Dr. Susan Cartwright.
It was basically determined that no country will own anything. The United Space Agency provided each country its fair say and opinion on land and resources. It was progress, but the early days were still tough in a practical sense. Colonizers grappled psychological and physical strains of Martian life. Things like lower gravity, radiation exposure, and isolation still needed to be worked through as Martian life expanded throughout the decade.
Despite these challenges, Mars colonization thrived as a center of scientific research and discovery, making significant advancements in space agriculture, renewable energy, and transformative technologies. Back on Earth, a new frontier was emerging in biotechnology, enabling profound advancements in medicine and the human experience. The world had entered an era where designer genes were not just a concept but a reality, allowing individuals to enhance their physical and cognitive abilities. The breakthrough came from a global consortium of scientists who developed a new, highly precise gene editing technique called Precision Integrated Genetic Optimization Technology. However, this new era of genetic perfection, the technology was expensive, leading to debates over accessibility and the widening gap between a group of individuals labeled as the genetically privileged and the others being labeled as the naturals. University of Oxford sociologist Rebecca Peters.
The conflict of genetic privilege was a particular interesting and multifaceted conflict. On one end, the technology was incredibly innovative for humanity. However, accessibility and affordability created hurdles and really divided the population in ways that we have not yet seen before. Not to mention, we still had remnants of the traditionalist movement after the historic Moni Albright administration. That party in particular donated millions of dollars to pass legislation that kept the technology reserved only for a certain class of society. The unfortunate consequence of this legislation led to a booming black market for gene editing procedures. Many of these black market operations were performed by unqualified and uncertified individuals. The demand and popularity of the black market led to destructive consequences. Toward the end of the decade, we saw a dramatic rise of millions of defects across the world.
The 2070s brought an unprecedented era of global unity. The United Earth Alliance emerged, representing a majority of nations and dedicated to addressing pressing global challenges. Africa's Sahara solar farms became a global energy hub, powering both Europe and Africa, while carbon capture technology effectively reversed atmospheric carbon monoxide levels. Gene editing of the 2060s increased the human life expectancy significantly. Human life expectancy now exceeded 150 years. The eldest members of society were elected to what were called wisdom councils. Wisdom councils guided policy decisions to ensure long-term sustainability. The pursuit of knowledge, creativity, and personal growth became paramount in human culture. Humanity embraced a holistic approach to well-being, emphasizing mental health, emotional intelligence, and spirituality, culminating in a harmonious and interconnected global society. The role of cosmic stewards, protecting the delicate ecosystems of the galaxy. Advanced artificial intelligence assisted diplomacy, fostered peaceful relations with other spacefaring civilizations. Interstellar travel increased in popular as the entire planet of Mars was now colonized. humanity prospered, however still dealt with challenges and rifts between the genetically privileged and the naturals. Genetically privileged individuals lived significantly longer than naturals, and the previous decade saw a shockingly high mortality rate for naturals.
We saw the fallout in the 2060s of defects essentially plaguing the entire globe. All throughout the late 2060s and early 2070s, we see naturals advocating and pushing to receive accessibility to gene editing technology that they were essentially prevented from receiving. The sort of old god from the traditionalist movement began to fade away, and it really wasn't until the 2070s that we began to see social progress in this space. In 2079, the first natural was actually elected to serve on the Wisdom Council, marking a significant shift in attitudes.
Looking back on humanity's remarkable journey, it is recognized that the challenges of the past 50 years had shaped a harmonious, enlightened, and interconnected future. The cosmos beckoned with untold mysteries, and humanity ventured forth, armed with highly advanced technologies and united in its commitment to exploring the stars and learning from past misfortunes. All in all, the tale of the next 50 years is a beautiful journey for the human species. The human story is an ever-evolving one. It leaves us with a profound sense of awe at the tapestry of our existence. It is a narrative rich in contrasts, marked indelibly by both beauty and struggle. Each chapter of our history is a testament to our resilience and ingenuity. We have witnessed breathtaking achievements in art, science, and culture, yet these triumphs are interwoven with periods of conflict, adversity, and loss. This duality is the essence of the human experience, a relentless dance of triumph and tribulation that we must overcome as we gaze toward the horizon of the decades to come. It is clear that the story of humanity is an unfinished symphony, its melodies evolving with each generation. Where this journey will lead us remains an open question, a narrative continuously written with the ink of our choices and dreams. Human story, ever unfolding, invites us to be both its authors and its audience as we stride into the unknown chapters that lie ahead.